Hi everyone, my name is DINESH and our metric is AA201271. My team project is to hydraulic scissor lift, which is based on ergonomics. Ergonomics, which is the ability to design for people wherever they interact with products and process system, rather than forcing people to adapt it. Ergonomics focus on ensuring that design fit people's strengths and abilities while minimizing the consequences of their limitation. A hydraulic scissor lift is typically used for lifting and heavy-duty components. My friends will explain more detail of the project.
Hi, my name is UMEYSH KARUNAHARAN, matrix number AA200258, and today we're going to be talking about the background of the project. So problem statements, we found that lifting heavy loads in workplaces such as factories and warehouses are the main causes of ergonomics injury. Lifting a heavy load and placing them on a higher place causes even a more larger strain on the individual's body. Therefore, we decided to pick the hydraulic scissor lift used in workplaces to lift heavy loads. Project scope. First project scope is to analyze and determine the material used in the equipment. Next is to understand the functions of a hydraulic scissor lift. And finally, to determine the components in a hydraulic scissor lift. For project objectives, first objective is to reduce the ergonomics hazard in a workplace using a hydraulic scissor lift. Next is to come up with an improved design of an existing hydraulic scissor lift. And finally, to write a comprehensive essay report with a drawing regarding ergonomics and hydraulic scissor lift.
Next, we proceed to the literature review. Lifting heavy objects or weights requires good and proper technique. A proper and good ergonomics working technique prevents injuries of musculoskeletal disorder (MSD) to the employees. So there are few factors that are needed to be taken under consideration by the supervisor of OSHA facility of each industry when manual lifting heavy loads. Firstly, number of workers required to lift the load. Analyze whether there is a need to break down the weight. Analyze injuries that might occur frequently, and analyze whether ergonomic assist tool is required. Next, we're going to proceed with the correct technique when lifting heavy load. First, stand close with the feet shoulder that are width apart and also face the object, and then bend your knees and keep your back straight and look forward when you want to lift the object. When lifting, use your leg as a support in order to lift the object. And fourth, keep the item close to your body and it is always at the waist height when you are moving the load from one place to another place. Next, we'll see common injuries that are related to lifting heavy loads. So when we carry heavy objects, we tend to do few ergonomics hazards that can lead to risk of getting injury. So one of the main injuries are spinal injuries, wrist injuries, elbow injuries, muscle sprain, and pinched nerve.
Hi, my name is SATHESH GUNASEGARAN, and I will explain the results and analysis that we obtained from Google Form. Our group did field research for our project by collecting data through Google, which was then used to collect responses. To get a great perspective of our project and its background, a few questions were asked in Google Form. The first question was the difficulty scale for transporting large weights or loads. 54.8% of respondents say that the difficulty scale is on level 4, while 19.4% say that it is on level 3. Level 2 was chosen by 16.1% of respondents, but meanwhile level 5 was chosen by 6.5% of the respondents, and level 1 was chosen by 3.2% of the respondents. The majority of respondents expressly say that the difficulty scale while lifting large weights or loads is level 4, which is quite appropriately high. The second question relates to the number of weights that the respondents could carry within their capacity. The vote proportion for loads 1, 2 and 3 is 25.8% apiece, while 12.9% of respondents vote for all 4 loads. The rest of the 9.7% of respondents selected 5 and 20. The respondents state that each of their capabilities as well as the loads they can lift are individual. The third question relates to the likelihood of injury while carrying heavy weight. Muscle pull received 19.4% of the vote, while back sprains received 58.1%. 12.9% of respondents are called in for spine injuries, while 9.7% are called in for wrist injuries. The majority of respondents specifically said that they get back sprains while carrying heavy weights or loads, which is both unsafe and concerning. The last question asked respondents if the design was adequate or not. All respondents voted yes because they consider the hydraulic scissor lift to be an appropriate design. The respondents agreed that the new design may assist them with their existing challenge of lifting weights and might provide a fresh optimism in their everyday life. Thank you.
My name is MUSTAPHA and my meeting number is AA20120. Today I will present about improvement suggestion of our group project. So as you all know, our group project is hydraulic scissors lift, and the first slide we can see the SolidWorks of it. This is the model we want to create for our idea. So this project was created to help the worker, mostly the worker in hardware, to switch or placing the object. After the object was placed on the platform or holder of the scissor lift, the power source will be started. When it's was started, the cylinder will be filled with the hydraulic oil. The cylinder will be placed outwards because of the hydraulic oil that the push cylinder to move. The platform will be start to rise and move to the destination that the object have to place it. To lower the scissors, the hydraulic oil will be released to make the scissor arm more downward or make the original position. Next, we will see the part, function and material. First, holder and platform. Holder is used to hold the item or object that will be placed on the scissor lift. The material we use is mild steel because it has a capability to hold heavy object and it's also affordable. Second is base. This function is make the whole component in this assembly stable. So we use mild steel. The material was used because it can absorb the stress from this assembly. Third is scissors arm. The function of scissor arms is to buckling and bending loads that are prone to destroy or bend the components. The material used for scissors arm is stainless steel because it is strength and stiffness of the steel will make sure this bending process went through without any flaw. Last but not least is hydraulic cylinder used to enable the scissors lift higher or lower. The material used is mild steel because it contains a high level toughness that will help this lift to move smoothly. As a conclusion, my team is well designed the hydraulic scissor lift as well as the parameter is analyzed. Basically, the hydraulic scissor lift is designed for high load resistance. Scissor lifts are easy to use and routine maintenance is not required. Both the mild steel and stainless steel are good at their different aspects. Mild steel has greater durability strength. It also cheap and easily available. The scissor lift can be designed for high load also if a suitable high capacity hydraulic cylinder is used. The hydraulic scissor lift is simple in use and does not require routine maintenance. The shearing tool should be heat treated to have high strength. In future, the lift need to be modified to optimize the weight. The lift provides plenty of scope for modification for further improvements and operational efficiency. Thank you. That's all from me and our team. Thank you very much.